Now, do you want to play competitively and finally beat people who play with 300 euros joysticks like this one? Well, in today's video we're gonna see how we can turn this joystick into this for 30 to 40 bucks. And after buying this one used on Amazon secondhand for like 30 bucks and using all products that you can get easily on Amazon. Let's get started. Now, those of you who have been here for a while and who watch all my content will know that I actually used to be a professional gamer. I know, I'm very much less skilled today, and when I do my gameplay to test my computers, the kills I do are not impressive. But back in the day I used to play Call of Duty competitively, and I used to buy a ton of Scufs, because at the time the only maker of proper joysticks was Scuf. The competition wasn't really there. So over the years I bought around 5 of these, and so the little earnings I had as a competitive player were basically all spent on joysticks. And these used to break as well, because they had those very delicate plastic additional paddles on the back, and they used to break all the time. Especially I played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, you had to spam this button to jump all the time. They last me, I think, 6 months at most each. And this one is the last one I have that's working. I have disassembled them countless of times, and they were, again, extremely expensive, but nothing to be compared to a standard PS4 controller, and these works on PC as well. Today we have PS5, and these Scufs actually cost upwards of 300 bucks. Now, if you want a pre-made controller, there are better options, like this one that is from Hexcontroller, right? And they make these very cool joysticks, sure. But what if I told you that to make these, they start from this and they modified, and I actually found the manufacturer who sells the pieces to turn this into this. So if you do it yourself, you're gonna pay much less, and you can actually just do one single component. So that's the first hack of today. The second hack is don't buy the joystick new, because we're gonna just remove everything that is in this joystick to turn it into this. So there's no need to buy a new joystick, because nothing is gonna remain of the original one, if it makes sense. So again, this one I bought it for 40 bucks used on Amazon, and ExtremeRate sent me their full packaging. Now, if you get the full package, like the one I have here today, you're gonna look into be spending a little bit over 100 euros. However, if you're a competitive gamer, trust me, I've been in your shoes. You only need paddles of different heights. If you prefer, you can also use those little add-ons you put on top, but I prefer to just put the higher thing. And you need back paddles. Sure, having digital of these is helpful, but it's not really needed. And you certainly don't need a custom skin. That's just for aesthetic. So I say we get modifying. Now the first step is to actually test the joystick, if you bought it used especially. Obviously you can skip this if the joystick is yours and you're just looking to customize it. But to do that, I am just gonna have all my allies die, and I am gonna try every button and make sure that everything is working properly. Which again, not obvious at all, but everything seems to be working perfectly fine. So this one is a pass. Now guys, remember, we wanna go from this to this. So what we're gonna need is obviously a skin here and on top, then different levers, probably different buttons, even though these ones are honestly really cool, and then obviously the back buttons and back skin, the most important thing. So to do that, we will only need these 4 packages here today. As you can see, they are numbered, so we have a 1, we have a non-numbered, and we have 29 and 35. Now I will show you all the codes. In case you want to just go ahead and buy the exact same ones, you can definitely do that. This one doesn't have a code. Now we will go over and see what every one of these has. First one, again, our remap kit, the most important thing about today. So a whole new back skin with rubber for better grip. It has holes pre-drilled to be able to attach the actual buttons. And then, as you can see, we have some cabling, and we have the buttons themselves to be assembled with all the tools, and obviously with our nice manual. Now, first one, to do this, we need to remove the black one on the original one, and we're going to use their tool. So how does this work? We simply have to pry here. Now I'm going to do it live, so if it's difficult, you're going to see it is difficult. There we go, the black part is out. Now it's not over yet. We also have to take out those rings. Let's now get the new one. Let's install it. Okay, with our little white rings installed, it's time to put this one on, which is very simple. And it's already looking, well, I'd say a bit weird, but I don't dislike it completely, to be fair. Let's move on. Flash forward, here we are after the transformation, and the pad looks simply nothing like it looked before. Now let's discuss in depth the mounting process and how it feels in game. So mounting it was actually extremely easy, it took me around half an hour. In the official tutorial from ExtremeRate, they say it can take up to an hour, but in my experience, just by using the tools they give you, you can get it done in half an hour. And that's a very important thing. They give you every single tool necessary to make this work. So you don't have to have special screwdrivers, special plastic bits. They give you everything inside the kits. So depending on what you buy, they also offer an all-in-one package to just get your controller from normal to this, pretty much. They will give you every single tool and even all the screws you need in case the ones you had on the pad previously were damaged, which is really nice. Now, what we've done here is basically a full rebuild. We've gotten basically this custom skin, the white piece on the center redone, even the button redone. We put those thumbsticks, easy to remove, as you can see, which can be swapped out at a whim. They are really nice. We put new triggers, white triggers. We put a new back with this rubberized skin, which feels extremely nice, by the way. I definitely recommend it. And we put, of course, the performance back paddle. What I do recommend to you guys is if you want the skin, get the skin, but the only performance things I would do is thumbsticks and back paddles, and this can be done cheap, so I can definitely recommend it. I tested it in game, and to be fair, this feels absolutely no different than my joystick from Hexcontroller, which is basically a custom-made one with the same components, but they built it for you, pretty much, but it's much more expensive, obviously. And it honestly feels better than Scuf. I mean, I haven't tried the PS5 Scuf, so my opinion, again, take it with a grain of salt, but I've been a competitive player for years, and this thing feels snappy, guys. I love it. The only tricky part was probably mounting the rear trigger. That took a bit more, but even that, I think everyone can get it done, even if you have no DIY experience. So all in all, great joystick. I love it, and it's definitely worth the mod. And I think really the time for brands like Scuf and Nakon to sell you custom-made pads for exorbitant amounts of money, I think they're gone. I think today, if you want to, you can DIY yours, or you can get a brand to just custom mount it for you. And again, if you go with ExtremeRate, you can just reuse your older controller or do what we've done, which is buy a used controller for cheap. You can also buy one with like a damaged lever, damaged buttons, etc. Just buy a damaged one and then turn it into a brand new controller. Seems like a no-brainer to me. So do let me know if you like it, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.